Alright guys, in this video I'm going to talk about a helpful trick in order to find the different combinations when trying to find the highest perfect square or perfect cube. So when we're looking at the radical, normally you're going to try to figure out all the different ways that you can get 112, but it takes a while, and so there's a trick on your calculator that you can do. Alright, so when you go on your calculator, you are going to go to y equals, and I already set it up for you. Whatever number is inside of your radical, remember this is only numbers, it can't be any letters or variables, it just has to be numbers. I'm going to put the 112 divided by x. This is called an inverse variation, which we're going to talk about at the very end of this year, but just keep that in mind. It's written in the format that we're going to learn in the future. But so if I go 112 over x, if you are having difficulty finding x, it's right under the mode key. So now I want to access the table, so I'm going to press the second button and the graph button. And these are all the different ways to get 112. If I do 1 times 112, gives me 112. 2 times 56 gives me 112. So then you just have to pick the right numbers. I want you to see this 3 and this decimal. We don't want to see any decimals, okay? We only want integers, or more specifically, whole numbers, which is 0 and any numbers that are greater than 0 that are not fractions. So the next number I have on my list is 4, so that's a combination, so 4 and 28. The next one I can't access here, but this list continues on forever. So I'm going to scroll down. I have 7 and 16. Okay. Then 8 and 14. And you're probably wondering, okay, when do you stop? Well, you stop when these two numbers get close. They get closer and closer together. So, for example, your left-hand side is increasing, your left-hand side is decreasing. So when those two numbers are around the same, then you know you've finished. Okay, so let's just look. Keep scrolling down. And I have 14 and 8. Well, that's the same combination of 8 times 14, so I'm not going to write that anymore because it's pointless because I already have it on my list. Then what you're going to figure out is, which of these combinations work best. So I have my perfect square. Actually, 1 is a perfect square, but not the highest, but I'm still going to circle it for you guys. Then I have 4 and 16. Now between those two, my highest is 16, so I know that when I write my radical, I'll have my perfect square of 16 and 7. So this will simplify to 4 times the square root of 7. And that's how you use the trick in order to solve these problems. Okay, so that works for square roots. It also works for cube roots as well, but you have to use a different set of numbers. So let's actually change that to the cube root of 72. So let's see here. If I go to y equals, I'm going to erase this. I'm going to type in 72 divided by x. Then I'm going to go to my graph feature here in order to find what my different combinations is. So I'm going to write that down. 1 times 72, 2 times 36, 3 times 24. So this is really helpful for problems that have a long list of numbers. 6 times 12, and 72 is a very popular one because there's so many different combinations. And then I have, can't use 7, 8 and 9. I'm going to stop there because my next combination is 9 and 8. The pattern is just going to continue again. So then I want to look here if I have any perfect squares, or sorry, perfect cubes. I'm going to highlight those for you. Actually, 1 is, so it's probably not the highest. 2 is not, 3 is not, 4 is not, 8 is, 9 is not, because we're looking at a cube root. Cube roots have different numbers. If it was a square, then yes. But 12, 18, 24, 36, 72. So really we have 8 and 9. So I will set up my perfect cube is on the left hand side. My non-perfect cube is going to be on the right. So I have cube root of 3, which is 2, times cube root of 10. And there you go. That's how you solve these types of problems. So please make sure to use this trick to help you. It's very, very helpful. It has helped me to kind of save time in these types of problems. All right, enjoy.